Hi there and welcome to Frugalfull. My name's Lara and this is a frugal living and budgeting channel, and I cannot believe that at this point in the year I am cold and I've got a big hoodie on and a long sleeve top. Something is definitely amiss with that. It has been a pretty rubbish summer as far as the weather's concerned in Scotland. However, I'm warming up with a nice cup of coffee, and if you saw the video last Sunday, you'll know what this is. I still have some left. It's my spiced, well, it turned out to become a spiced orange cake, kind of a bit like a cheesecake texture. The video is from last Sunday and it was for spiced orange bars. It's rather delicious. So this is comforting me despite the naff weather. I'm going to happily munch this and then I'll be back shortly. Well, I've had a little bit of the cake. I'm going to have the rest after I have this chat with you today. So I used to think that being frugal meant not being able to be abundant at the same time. That's definitely not the case, I don't feel. I feel that it's fully possible to have an abundance mindset while also practicing frugality in day-to-day life. So when I talk about this and I think about frugality, to me, being frugal is finding a way of living below my means as much as that's possible so that I'm able to have more choice over where my money goes, so that I can choose to lead a fuller life wherever possible in the areas of life that matter most to me. So being frugal to me does not mean being miserly or tight or kind of mean or stingy or unhappy or feeling deprived. Sometimes with the low or no spend challenges, like at the beginning of the year, I did feel a bit deprived in my treats category, but I made some adjustments and that made a big difference, having my wee £15 a month blunder buffer treats budget. But having intentionality behind how money is spent, to me, that's what frugality is all about. That's the essence of it. And then because that then creates some breathing space, hopefully to some degree, and everyone's circumstances are different, but where possible, when that allows for choices about making spending decisions in areas that matter the most to us and gives us some kind of freedom or flexibility in those areas, or helps build towards that in the future, I would argue that it can pave the way to more abundance in life. It can help feel more empowered and like there's more choices and options, and finding ways to influence how our day-to-day financial living goes, so that we can start to carve out a financially freer path for ourselves in the longer term. That paves the way for abundance. But also having that sort of mindset opens up our minds to new possibilities, where it might have seemed closed off, that there isn't a way forward, there isn't a way to cut back. If we can allow ourselves to embrace the concept of abundance, then I feel this year, for example, for me, doing the low no spend, I feel a lot more abundant doing a low no spend, because I've become more creative at seeing how what money I do have allocated can be squeezed, how I can be creative and how I can make the funds work for me, and just try to turn it into more of a positively framed experience where I get to choose to do that for my own benefit. So I'm not some sort of passive victim of a set budget, but I'm actively engaging with it in a way that's helping promote choice in life, and also just finding ways to hold on to a mindset of gratitude within that abundance, because even if it's hard in terms of financial thoughts, situation, to feel abundant, there are things in day-to-day life that if we can kind of cultivate that sense of abundance and gratitude for, and there are things all around, everywhere, to be thankful for, that can help foster that sense of abundance and gratitude. And then that helps it then not feel so unimaginable to have that kind of mindset when it comes to our financial world as well. Bella, she's playing with the pen. So I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. So to me, abundance doesn't mean financial, I'm just keeping this little moggy entertained at the same time. To me, abundance does not mean the same thing as financial wealth. I feel like I've met people in my life who aren't as financially well off as others, and yet who are so open-hearted, so kind and so generous, and really embrace and embody the idea of abundance, who lead rich lives because of who they are and how they live, how they treat others, which is a huge thing. And then I've met people who have more money, who aren't kind, aren't abundant, have a kind of scarcity mindset and want to kind of keep everything in and not give and not be there for others. But of course, how much money someone has isn't an indication of what kind of person they'd be or how they treat people. It can work in any direction. You could have someone who has a lot of money who is incredibly generous and giving and a philanthropist and does amazing deeds. And you could have someone who has very little, who feels awful and is closed off and has a scarcity mindset because of direct experiences they're having. And so people can be going through all sorts of journeys and have all sorts of frame of mind about what they're going through, which is totally understandable. But I just feel like, and it can be really difficult when we're going through challenges in life to try and feel or think abundantly, but it can be a real tool to help to feel stronger in the midst of difficult times, to have things to be able to be thankful for no matter what. It can be easier said than done, but I think there are some real gems of experience and valuable life lessons to take from the simple message that abundance can offer us. So I just felt a bit reflective today and thought it would be a lovely opportunity to chat about this topic. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject of abundance and how it ties into frugality, because sometimes those things could kind of seem paradoxical together, side by side. It might seem as if to be someone who lives in a frugal way, you'd have to have a scarcity mindset of thinking not enough. But I feel the opposite's true, that by living with intentionality and simplicity and cutting back on things that are unnecessary, it opens doors to more abundance in the areas that we really, really care about in our lives and that are personally meaningful for each of us. And we're all different and will prioritise different things. Some of us will prioritise pet care for cheeky ones such as this Bella, who is now about to pounce on my hair bauble. You are so funny. Oh my gosh. Let me show you this little one. Oh, off she goes. Okay, never mind that. But yeah, please share with us in the comments your thoughts on frugality and abundance. Would love so much to hear what you think and join in the chat. Introduce yourself. Let us know how you're doing this low and no spend year if you're on one, or budgeting in general. That would be fantastic. And thanks a million for watching today. I'm going to eat the rest of this tasty cake now. and probably put another layer on because I'm blooming freezing, and then get out for a walk. So look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care. Very best wishes. Bye for now.